Hi everyone, it's Leo with Crab and Moon, and I'm just lighting some white sage here as we begin our September general reading. So this is a general energy reading for the entire month of September. So Crab and Moon will be posting a YouTube video and a Facebook Live at the beginning, around the beginning of every month for each new moon, and we will talk about the astrology of that month, the moon cycles of that month, and pull cards for the energies of that month. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So the cards I'm using today, I'll put all the info below, as well as our info if you want a personal reading, card reading, energy reading, chakra reading, or astrology natal chart reading. So the cards I'm using today, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. This is the first Oracle deck I ever owned, so I've had it for quite a few years now. And then for each specific element, so whether you're an air sign, an earth sign, fire sign, or a water sign, again, I'll put that info below in case you're not sure. It's based on your zodiac sign. For each of those, I'll pull an archetype card, which is by Myss, and they're really neat. Each one has an archetype with its light and shadow sides, and so that will represent you for the month. So I'm going to talk about astrology first, okay? So right now we're in Virgo season until September 23rd when we shift into Libra season. So Virgo season is mutable earth energy. This means that it's very grounded, very calm, practical, organized, very much rooted in the material world. So as most of you know, it's going back to school season. It's all about to-do lists and getting things done and sort of the day-to-day grind. When we shift into Libra season, it becomes cardinal air. So it's going to be a swift movement forward in energy once we get to Libra, because Libra is an innovative sign and a forward-moving sign, a highly intellectual, swift, and social sign. So by the 23rd or near the end of September, I think a lot of us will feel the energy really shifting to a time that's more social, exciting, a little bit more fast-paced, and a little bit more about conversations, words, and ideas rather than the day-to-day stuff like to-do lists and jobs and school. So that'll be the energy shift on September 23rd. In the meantime, just enjoy the grounded energy of Virgo and get your to-do list done and out of the way. So now I'm going to talk about the moon cycles. So we had a new moon in Virgo not long ago. So our full moon will be in Pisces on September 14th. So next Friday, Saturday, around there, on the 14th, we will get the full moon. So full moons are always about culminations, high energy, releasing, right? It's sort of the climax of a situation. It's intense. It can be dramatic, illumination, insights, and then letting go of the old. So in Pisces, what we're going to get for this month, full moon wise, is a lot of intense emotions, and Pisces is a sign of dreams and intuition and sort of the non-physical realm. So I've written down here some keywords for the full moon: sensitivity, dreams, psychic insight, and big emotions. So you might be having more vivid dreams than normal around the full moon. You might be a little bit more emotionally sensitive. So someone says something that really strikes a chord where normally it wouldn't have fazed you. So pay attention if you're feeling a little bit emotional or sensitive. It's not your fault. It's just sort of the time of year. The full moon energy really influences us. And just work your way through those big emotions instead of hiding them, because like I said, full moons are illumination and insight. So make it worth your while and use it to learn about yourself, learn about your intense emotions, and maybe come up with a new plan for dealing with your intense emotions. And that could involve more rest and more sleep, trusting your intuition, doing things that are a little more creative and artsy. That might make you feel better around the full moon. Then we have another new moon in Libra, which will be on September 28th. So about 5 days after Libra season has already started, we get the new moon, which is the unknown, setting new goals, sort of a fresh new page in the book, okay? And a new moon in Libra is going to be very much about one-on-one relationships, because Libra is the sign of relationships, harmony, balance, yin and yang. So a lot of fresh starts. I wrote down fresh starts in relationships, insights, balance, and harmony. So it's going to be a time of setting new boundaries, deciding which relationships should stay in your life and which ones aren't serving you, and finding the balance between all the areas of your life, so the work-life balance and the social and self-care balance and all of that. So it's keyword is balance and relationships, okay? So now I'm going to pull some cards. So the energy oracle cards, I'll pull 3, and those are going to be the overall themes of September for everybody, okay? So this will apply to everyone. This is a general reading, so the cards will apply to you in a different way than they might apply to somebody else watching. So the point is to practice your own intuition. Listen for keywords, images, ideas, and themes that jump out at you, and then notice what your first reaction is. If you think of a certain person or a certain situation right away, then that's your intuition telling you that's how the card relates to you specifically. Okay, I've just had 3 come out, so let's do it. We have the thinking woman, first chakra, and third chakra. Okay. Yes, so first card is the thinking woman. She's holding a book. She's in what looks like an old library or an ancient building. There's butterflies surrounding her. She's pretty solemn, pretty serious. This is a Virgo card, I would say. So this could very much represent the Virgo season part of September. And it's asking you to spend some time with your own thoughts and ideas. Think things through rationally and practically while we're in Virgo season, rather than taking big creative risks or getting overwhelmed with emotional responses. You should focus more on the rational, calm, sort of Virgo, Taurus, Earth energy that approaches things methodically with a plan. So think before you speak. Spend more time with intellectual pursuits. So maybe you used to read a lot and you haven't been doing that, or you haven't been journaling. So intellectual pursuits like that really help you get in touch with yourself and bring clarity. September is a good time to get back to that, okay? And that will help you too with the full moon in Pisces, dealing with all the intense emotions, if you take a rational approach to things and put some routines and self-care practices in place for September. Then we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. This is the root chakra. So this is all about feeling grounded, feeling safe and protected, and feeling at home. So this is the most basic of our needs being met. So if you're not feeling grounded, or you're not feeling comfortable with where you are in life right now, like you kind of feel on edge, or you don't feel like your roots are deeply planted anywhere, you might be in between homes or jobs or relationships, or you just don't have a solid ground to walk on, it's important to have a practical plan and self-care practices and routines. I don't know how many times I've been talking about Virgo season and saying those things: self-care, routines, practicality, but it's really important, and it's going to help you navigate this energy. So even if you're not an earth sign and you're a little bit maybe more emotional or fiery or passionate, and you're not good at getting sort of rational and grounded, figure out a way that you can do that. So find some new self-care practices, like reading and journaling, and taking a course on something you're interested. And by getting in touch with your intellect, I think that will have a direct effect on how you feel in the rest of your life. And Libra is a very intellectual sign as well, so it is a good time to get in touch with your own thoughts. This could be meditation, conversations with a loved one or a therapist, and by doing that, you work on your root chakra and you find ways to get grounded. So it's really about taking things one day at a time right now and not worrying about what's coming next. Focus on September. Focus on what you can do now. Focus on where you are now in life. Maybe every day write down 3 things that you're grateful for that you have in your life right now that maybe you didn't have before or you won't have in the future. Things that you can focus on instead of focusing on the unknown, okay? And then we have the solar plexus chakra, so Archangel Shamuel, and this is the chakra of personal power, willpower, confidence, okay? So this month, some of you could be feeling overwhelmed emotionally, not grounded, and not confident with where you're headed in life. So again, spending alone time, focusing on intellectual pursuits, getting in touch with yourself again, having conversations with yourself again, whatever way works for you, is going to help you stay more grounded and feel more confident. So those are your 3 main energies for Virgo Libra season for the month of September, okay? So you can comment below how that kind of resonates with you and maybe some practices or ideas that you have to keep yourself grounded and feeling confident with where you are right now. A mantra you could use for this month is, I'm in progress and that's okay. So you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't even have to know where you're headed next. You know, if you want to feel grounded, set small goals. Virgo's perfect time to set small goals instead of worrying about big goals. For example, I'm going to floss my teeth every day this month, or I'm going to exercise twice a week. You know, instead of worrying about where am I going to take my career next, or, you know, just day-to-day small goals. Get in touch with yourself again, and don't worry about other people. And don't worry about their timeline. You're on your own timeline. Take your time and set a plan that's not too overwhelming. Okay, so I'm going to pick an archetype for each element. So if you are a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, you are a water sign, and your archetype or energy or theme for September is father. So this is going to be, whether you're a man or a woman, a month to tap into your masculine energy, your yang energy instead of your yin. The light attributes are talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So you are a leader right now, you're a role model to others. Whether you actually have children or you are a leader within your community or your work, or you're teaching someone something, you're helping your friends out with their personal problems. People are coming to you this month with asking for help and advice because they look up to you. You're seen as someone who knows what they're doing and is nurturing enough to share it with others. So share your gifts, share your ideas, be the listening ear. Libra's a very social time. It's a very good time to spend time with friends, get back in touch with family. So water signs are going to be very social this month and very much in a supporting role. Just remember to balance it with taking care of yourself as well. And the shadow attribute, so if you're not careful with this energy, you can become a dictator or abuse your authority. So don't tell people what to do, but rather be a listening ear and share some of your insights and some of your practices that they can use to help themselves, okay? So water signs, you often are the nurturing person that people come to, but this month it's even more so, and because it's a masculine energy, it's a father, you're very, you have a sense of authority, and people are going to listen to what you say, so use that wisely and don't abuse your authority. Okay, fire signs, if you're a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo, you're a fire sign, and this is your archetype for September. So you got Midas or Miser. So there's a light and a dark to every archetype. So the light attributes of this for fire signs is entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold and delight in sharing life's riches. So this is a good time for making money, and it's a good creative time for you. So if you're thinking of starting a new project, going back to school, starting a business, applying for a new position within your job, or looking to take a job on the side to make more money, or you're starting a new financial plan, stuff like that, buying a new house, anything to do with money, resources, wealth, job, home. If you're careful this month and you go from your gut and do what's right for you, you could really see a lot of material success and feel really confident in where you are. So that goes back to our root chakra and solar plexus chakra cards that we got earlier. You could feel really grounded in your home and really confident with who you are. So that's exciting. Just be careful about hoarding money and emotions and resources, not sharing them with others, and obsessive fear over losing your wealth. So don't obsess over money and what you don't have and how you're going to make it and stuff like that, but rather just sort of let it flow, let things flow naturally, whether it's, taking on a new project or within your job. Let things just kind of flow, and you'll start to see success without even too much stress or work needed to be put in. Okay, so the key is to work with the energy instead of forcing things. Fire signs can be so passionate about what they want that they can tend to force things or get ahead of themselves. So if you're able to tap into the Virgo energy of moderation and patience and practical plans, then you'll be really, really successful this month in terms of job and home, okay? And I think it's a creative month for everyone because the water signs had Father, which also talked about creation and creating projects and new things. So I think all the signs this month will be creating new projects, ideas, relationships. Okay? All right. Air signs. So if you are an Aquarius, a Libra, happy birthday, Libras, by the way. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, you are the 3 air signs. Okay. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you guys got Child Divine. Ooh. So light attributes, innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. So this is very much about childhood innocence, about magic, getting in touch with the true essence of life, which is beauty, joy, love, friendship, creation, exploration, right? It's that childhood innocence where you're not overwhelmed by responsibility and you're just sort of being present in the moment and enjoying life. So that'll be a really beautiful energy for you all. The shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So going back to the solar plexus chakra, don't let anyone take away your personal power. So you can be really loving and childlike and innocent and really trusting of everyone, but you also have to set boundaries and not let anyone use you or take advantage of you. So that's your energy for the month. So as long as you keep that confidence and set those boundaries, you're going to have a really sort of free, happy, joyful month. Okay? And finally, earth signs. So that's if you are a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. You're an earth sign, and your archetype for September is slave. So what this means is in the light attribute, it's surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So that's a really beautiful notion, and it's probably the most difficult for earth signs to do. Earth signs are the most practical, rational, and can be the most stubborn and controlling. So you want to control what you have, and you're afraid of losing it, and you want to know what to expect. So it's hard for you to let go and just sort of go with the flow of the universe and just trust that you're taken care of when you can't see practical proof that everything's going to work out. So your challenge this month, if you choose to accept it, is to work on letting go. Work on letting go of control and work on trusting that the universe has your back and things are going to work out. So the shadow attribute of this is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So be careful, because it's okay to let go of control, but also don't let other people make your choices for you. There's a fine balance between letting surprises happen and letting other people dictate your life, right? So find that balance and don't force anything. Just go with the flow. But remember, with the solar plexus chakra, that's come up a lot for all of the 4 elements. So it's very much a month of knowing your own strength and confidence and not losing that no matter what. So you can let go of control and you can be free and trusting, but you can still keep that willpower, right? You don't have to have a set in stone goal to have a strong sense of direction and willpower. Okay? You can still have that. You can still expand your solar plexus chakra without having to have all the answers and control every little step of your life. Okay? So, overall, it's very much about being practical, grounded, getting in touch with your intellect again, so having conversations with yourself, and very much about that third chakra, solar plexus, letting your confidence shine even when you're not perfect, even when you don't have all the answers. This is a month to just be happy with who you are, where you are. Okay? So Virgos can be very precise and can be perfectionists, and in Virgo season we can all act like that. So yes, be grounded and precise with what you want and what you want your goals to be, but also be flexible, open to surprises, and know that it's okay to not be perfect. Okay? So we'll see you in October.